Hey guys, what's up? The era of the fifth Joker's card of the second deck is upon us. Yum Yum Bedlam actually came out. If you were at the listening party, thank you guys for tuning in. It was a lot of fun, despite the fact that I'm not really a fan of the album. I think there were a couple songs that I liked, especially Wretched. I think Wretched was my absolute favorite song on the album. And in my opinion, pretty much the only wicked shit song that was on the whole album, which is probably why I didn't really like Yum Yum Bedlam that very much. And I had really high hopes going into it too, and I think maybe that was where my downfall. To be honest, I haven't listened to it again since the listening party, just because it was such a downer. Like, if you go back and listen to it, watch the listening party, you can tell about, I think, track 13, 14, you can tell I'm kind of like, I'm getting out of it. I'm kind of like losing it. Like, I'm like, damn, like, I know I don't like this album at this point. Like, there's really nothing at this end that's going to save it for me. But, I think during that listening party, we mentioned the Seeds of Bedlam, which were actually first mentioned on Patreon by Valen J. And at that time, I think the way he wanted it to go was that the seeds would come out first, and then they would release Yum Yum Bedlam. I think that was the way he had it. And nothing was ever said about them. And pretty much everybody thought they're not happening, because that happens all the time with them, where they're like, look at Bloody Brothers. There was supposed to be a single. There was supposed to be an album years and years ago. That never came out. Then there was supposed to be a single. That never came out. So it's kind of a running theme. The documentary that they had the Carnival of Carnage show for, that never came out. So there's just, things that they announced that just never happened. And that's fine. Like, we don't really care that much because we're kind of used to it at this point. But the Seeds of Bedlam, they might never come out. But it's been announced that they have release dates. I think it's inside the booklet. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Fago Lovers has pictures of the advertisements for them. The three seeds that you see on the Joker's card. The first one is called Wicked Vic the Weed, and that's going to come out Juggalo Weekend, February 17th. The second one is Pug Ugly the Sink Bud, and that's coming out at the Gathering of the Juggalos. They don't have a date on there, just the 22nd annual is what it says. It's the Gathering of Dreams is what they're calling it. And then the third one is Woe the Weepin' Weirdo, and that's coming out on Hollow Wicked next year. Now, these are probably EPs. I think that's what they're all supposed to be, are EPs. I don't know. Obviously, we don't have any idea what these are going to sound like. They also had banners of these up at, I think, the release parties where I think they had the banners up, and I'll put a picture up of that. I think it was at the release party. It could have been at Hollow Wicked, but I think it was the release party. To be honest, after Bedlam, I'm not really, like, I have zero expectations for these albums. These EPs, I guess. We don't really know anything about them other than the release date and obviously, like, what they look like. The only thing I'll say about these weeds, and it was something that somebody said to me the night that I did the listening party, was that somebody said that the seeds look like Twisted and Blaze. And ever since they said that, I can't get that shit out of my mind. I just can't. That Wicked Vic looks like Madrox with the little goatee and the mohawk. And then Mono looks like Pug Ugly. And that Blaze looks like Woe, the white flower with the kind of, it's kind of like makeup almost on it. It's a white flower with like a mouth and eyes. And like, I can't get out of my mind. I don't think that's what it is. It's just like, every time I look at them now, I can't stop thinking of that comparison. I don't think that's what it is. I mean, that goes into like the other thing that happened was that ICP went in on Twisted in the booklet. Um, I mean, we already knew that this whole album was kind of a dig at them because the whole album's theme is loyalty. Um, you know, you guys know I don't care about the beef stuff. Like, I think it's played out at this point. They've been fighting for years now. I just don't care anymore. Just make good music. You know what I mean? Make an album that I fucking like. You know what I mean? And then you'll win me. All you got to do is make music that I like, and hey, I'll be more down with Twisted or more down with ICP. At this point, neither one of them are really putting out music that I really, really like. I mean, I liked Fearless Fred Fury, but Bedlam has been a total miss for me, man. And like, the anticipation I had for that album like was crazy, and I don't know, maybe that's part of it. I have to go back and listen to it again. But the big news here is that the Seeds of Bedlam have a release date, and we'll see if that happens or not. Yeah, I mean, take your bets. We'll see. I want to believe it because they put it in the booklet, and maybe this is what the delay was for, because my initial thought was that they did the delay to completely revamp the album, but I don't think they did that anymore. Or maybe they did, and there's a mix of tracks that were from the old Bedlam and the new Bedlam that are going on these seeds. So it's like everything is like Frankenstein together. Like, they have old songs that are on Bedlam, and they have new songs that are on Bedlam. They have new songs that are on Wicked Vic, and maybe one old track on there. And then the same thing with Pug Ugly and Whoa. Like, they're all just Frankenstein EPs and album that they've been working on because they delayed it for almost a year. I mean, that's what I think happens. That's what I think happened now that they have these release dates and that they're readying these. They probably took the time off to finish these EPs and to kind of Frankenstein together what Bedlam became. I'm seeing a lot of mixed opinions about Bedlam, I'll be honest. And like, if you like it, man, I wish I liked it. You know what I mean? Like, if I could honestly say that I love that album, I would be so fucking happy. But I can't. Like, it's just not what I was. It's not that it wasn't what I expected, because I've heard a lot of albums that weren't what I expected, but I love them. It's just not what I like from them content wise. You know what I mean? A lot of people are also making the joke that like people who gave Twisted shit for doing rock stuff keep that same energy for ICP with this new rock stuff on this album. But like I said, I don't really care either way. Yeah, we got the dates: Juggalo Weekend, Gathering in the Juggalos, Hollow Wicked, the Seeds of Bedlam. Place your bets. Let's hope that they come out. And I'm kind of hoping that they're themed. I'm kind of hoping that like one of them is like the Wicked shit, and one of them is like their rock stuff, and one of them is like, I don't know, more of like the kind of, I don't want to say sappy stuff, but more like emo-ish type stuff, or something like that. Like, I'm kind of hoping that, or like love songs, something like that, something like themed, maybe with a different producer on each one. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'm guessing that they're already finished because they took all that time to finish them, and that's I'm hoping I'm right, and I'm hoping that like they don't push all these release dates back like they push Wicked Vic to the Gathering, and then the Pug Ugly to Halloween, and then the Halloween one to fucking the next Juggalo Weekend, which might happen too. I don't want to give them any ideas, but yeah, I just hope that these are good. And that's what I always hope for every Joker's card, every album that ICP put out, and they've been really hit or miss for me lately. Phantoms was dope, Fred Fury was dope, Bedlam's been kind of missing link, whereas those are both kind of whack. Like, yeah. Anyway, let's hope that these come out when they're supposed to come out. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be at Camp Zool, so if you're at Camp Zool, come up, say what's up. There's going to be so many people there that I know. I hope you guys are coming out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again real soon.